Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Jordan. And today, I'm still continuing my Disney movie marathon, and this time around, I'll be talking about Beauty and the Beast. Yes, again. But this time around, I figured I would do a top 10 list here. So, I figured I would do this because I've already reviewed this movie, so if anything, this can be a fun facts type of thing. None of these will be in any particular order and whatnot, and yes, there's plenty to talk about this animated flick. And yeah, I really don't want this video to go on forever and ever and ever, so I just narrow it down to some of the, I guess, some interesting fun facts about it. So let's just get into it, shall we? Here we go. Starting the list off is the individual who definitely helped a lot during the production of this film, so he definitely had a lot of passion for this project. So he definitely helped to create the film the way it became. It's just he unfortunately never saw the impact that this film had left for behind for a lot of people. So I guess it's like a bittersweet kind of a thing. So he did help a lot. Nine is this fact that the person who made this film, which of course was trying to have some sort of design for the character of the beast, and it can't help to create a song feel its own charm for the character, and yeah, it helped. It definitely helped to give him a own unique design, of course. So he did help the character to have this recognizable look and whatnot. So yeah, there you go. At number eight is the fact that well, this film was actually stuck in development limbo for years, for more than a few decades, I should say, before being actually made and released in the early 1990s. So yeah, oh boy. So yeah, this was definitely one of those films that almost never got made. But it does leave you wonder how Disney would have done it if he actually had the chance. And number seven is the fact that there was quite a few scenes that were intended to be in this film, but were removed because they were deemed to be too dark, too gloomy. But it does leave me to wonder if these were actually made, how they would have turned out. But yeah, a lot of stuff was actually scrapped from the script, so it was never made into the film like, at all. At number six is the fact that well, it was definitely an expensive production, I should say. It took quite a bit to have this film made, but I guess you could say it was worth it because it was a box office success, and also the fact that Disney was able to afford to make this movie. So that's definitely a good thing there. I mean, their investment paid off, obviously, but yeah, they were able to afford this movie, even though it was expensive. At number five is the fact that this was nominated for Best Picture. But it almost had it, but yeah, a few things. Okay, more than it was nominated more than once, so that's definitely a thing there, folks. It but yeah, I guess you can say it definitely got a lot of recognition. It did get receive a lot of stuff, a lot of recognition in more ways than one, so that's definitely something. Yes, sir. And number four is the fact that the scene was from this film, but it should come out somewhat similar in some ways because, well, remember Sleeping Beauty? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So yeah, there was definitely some similarities to both films, especially when it comes to the Daji sequence. Not that I'm complaining, of course, but yeah, definitely shows there, folks. Yep, there you go. At number three is another what could have been, I guess you can say. So if the original version, or at least one of the original versions of this film, was going to be far more gloomier, but it was scrapped. Um, in some ways, it's unfortunate, I guess you can say, because I would have liked to know how it would have turned out if it was actually made. Well, oh well, I guess. And number two is the fact that, well, she's a forced brown haired princess, so I do think that's a good thing. I guess you can say that in that way, she stands out as a result. Not that I'm complaining though. That's definitely a plus in my book, folks. And yeah, that's something to think about. I do find that pretty cool in its own little way, I suppose. So, but yeah, it's definitely a good thing, folks. And making it number one is a fact. Well, if her outfit looked familiar, that's because it was supposed to. In some ways, I guess you can say, because it was actually inspired by an outfit from another character from another movie from like ages ago. So I guess you can say it's kind of interesting how a lot of movies and a lot of directors could influence and inspire each other in so many different ways, even if that was not their intention. Well, folks, that's it, I guess you would say. I appreciate anybody watching. I guess in some ways I use this as an excuse to talk about princesses, I guess. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching and take care. See ya. Oh, yeah.